Hello everyone, it's time for another edition of the Top 5 Most Missed Math Questions. And now it's time for your Top 5 Most Missed Data Analysis Questions on the PSSA Practice Test. Number 5. Vi asked 200 students to select their favorite sport and then record the results in the bar graph below. We can see the bar graph. Vi will ask another 80 students to select their favorite sport based on the information from the bar graph. How many more students will, of the next 80, will select basketball than football as their favorite sport? Okay. Two things. It says more students, so we're not counting the ones that already are there, and it's the next 80. Two approaches to doing this. Okay, so we're focused on football and basketball. One approach, we can see that there are currently 75 people who like basketball out of 200. So if that holds for a group out of 80, we'll have X out of 80. Okay, so we can solve this proportion with some cross products. So we get 200X in our one diagonal, and then on our other diagonal is 6,000. We divide both sides by 200, and we get X equals 30. Oh, that must be our answer. No, sorry. Remember, it says how many more students like basketball than football. That's just how many students would like basketball out of the next 80. Okay, so football is at 50 out of the 200. And we need to figure out how many that would be out of 80. Now, instead of using cross products like we did the first time, we can use a scale factor. I'm going to use a vertical scale factor. The denominator times 1/4 would be the numerator. So we can do the same thing on this side, which means X would be 20. So if 30 likes basketball and 20 like football, 30 minus 20 is 10 more students like basketball and football. Hey, wait, there's actually a quicker way. If we looked at that 75 and this 50, the difference here is 25. So it's 25 more out of 200. So how many more out of 80? Well, 25 out of 200 is a scale factor of 1/8. So if we did 1/8 times 80, we'd get X equals 10. This is how many more students. So we confirm two ways that this is A, 10 more students. Number 4. The probability an airplane will be delayed is 5/23. What are the odds in favor of the plane being delayed? Okay, this is really just some vocab. Odds in favor. Odds in favor always put the number of ways that are good, or the win, number of ways to win, compared to the number of ways you lose. So 23 is not the number of ways we lose. 23 is the total ways. So if 5 of the ways are, it being delayed in this case, 18 are not being delayed. So the odds in favor of it being delayed are 5 ways that it does happen compared to 18 ways that it doesn't happen. That is letter B. Interestingly, D is the odds against. So they just switch the ways you lose or the ways it doesn't happen to the ways it does happen. And these other ones are kind of some sort of mix of probability, but not exactly what we're looking for at all here. Number 3. A numbered cube with sides labeled 1 through 6 is rolled 2 times, and the sum of the numbers that end face up is calculated. What is the probability that the sum of the numbers is 3? So the full detailed way to do this, you make a little table here that's often called a sample space. And 1 through 6 are the options on the one die, and 1 through 6 are the options on the other die. And we can list all the possible sums. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Those are all the different sums we can get when we roll 2 die. So there are 36. 6 by 6. We're out of 36. How many sums add to 3? Well, we can see there is 2 of them. 2 out of 36 simplifies to 1 out of 18. You might have kind of recognized that there's going to be 36 options. You could probably have mentally thought through the 2 ways to get 3. Either way, but this nice table could help us with all kinds of other questions like what's the probability that the sum would be greater than 9? We could look at all those options too. Number 2. The daily high temperature in degrees Fahrenheit in Allentown, PA for 10-day periods are shown right there. And then we've got which statement is correct. All right, so we're talking about median, inner quartile range, lower quartile, upper quartile. So we really got to put these numbers in order. Smallest number, 76. It's the only number in the 70s, and then 80 is next, crossing the numbers off as we go. 82 is next. I see two 89s. Throw those on there next, cross those off so we don't repeat them. Okay, then I see 91, 96, two 98s, and 100. All right, that crosses everything off. So what is the median? So let's look at our data. We have 10 numbers, of course. That means there's going to be 5 below and 5 above. So the median will be right in the middle of two numbers in this instance. So the median will be right between 89 and 90. What number is the average of 89 and 90? 91? It is 90. So 90 is the median. So that means it's definitely not letter A. The median is not 98. We can't jump to inner quartile range yet. To find inner quartile range, we need to know what the lower quartile and upper quartile is. So let's look at the lower 5 numbers. So in the lower 5 numbers, the middle of that is the lower quartile. So the lower quartile is 82. That's the middle of the lower half, so it's not C. Looking at the upper half, okay, the middle number here is 98, so that's the upper quartile. And you're like, oh, well, it's not D, because that says the upper quartile is 96. And you could just default to B and say, okay, but let's make sure we know what the inner quartile range is. It is the difference between those two quartiles. So 98 minus 82, ta-da, it is in fact 16. So letter B is our choice for this question. And the number 1 most missed question in the data analysis section. Good news, bad news. Good news is stem and leaf plots are actually pretty easy. Bad news is you missed it. So we can fix this pretty easy. So it says the points scored by a football team are shown by the stem and leaf plot. A stem and leaf plot has to really give you the key. And the key tells you what these numbers mean. If you see a 1 slash a 3, that means 13. So if I look at like this 1 slash 2 right here, that means 12 is one of the numbers. But we also see a 3 over here. These could be kind of called like the stems, and these are all leaves. So this one stem has actually, the stem of 1 has 4 different leaves. So that means there's the number 12, but then also the number 13, 14, and 17. It's like saying the stem is the tens place and the leaf is the ones place. So we could list out all of these numbers. Before we go on, I just want to explain the key is important because you could see a stem and leaf plot where you see something like 4, 2, 3. But the key here might say 4/2 means 0.42. So here the key is telling you that the stem is the tenths place and the leaves are the hundredths. So always look at the key to see what exactly it is meaning. Okay, so ultimately, that's what all these numbers mean here. We have the number 6, then 12, 13, 14, 17, 20, 23, on and on, then we all the way up to 38. So we want to find the median. Okay, great. We could list them all out, but we can pretty much still go and find the middle number by looking at them here because they are in order. So 6 is the smallest, cross it off with 38 is the biggest. 12 the next smallest, 17 the next biggest. I'm going to cross 3, the next 3 lowest, and the next 3 highest. Okay, cross off a lowest, cross off a highest, cross off a lowest, cross off a highest. Right here, between these two numbers is the median. So it's between the numbers 24 and 24. Well, what number is between 24 and 24? It is 24. So stem and leaf plots, if you didn't know what they were talking about, that's how they work, and ultimately they become much less scary once you've seen an example or two. Thanks for joining us for the top 5 most missed data analysis questions. Be sure to watch some of the other videos on the most missed questions on the other sections of the Keystone practice exam. Thanks all. Bye.